heavy, but a lot of V8 power in them. Did you go off-road with those much?
No, not really.
Yeah. Then a custom-built Toyota Tarago with red leather interior.
Yeah, that's right. That was good fun. It was a Toyota wagon thing.
Yeah.
But I had it done with red leather inside and a couple of lounge chairs in the back. And the reason that I had the couple of lounge chairs in the back was my friend, and he's still my friend, John Conomos, who was the boss of Toyota, had somebody coming out from Toyota who was important. And he said, we better make this thing look good. So I had it done with red leather. And anyway, I made it too good and he was angry, but
I actually thought John might have been here tonight when he heard.
I hope that John Conomos is in hearing distance, because he's a mighty man and a wonderful, wonderful car man.
As he used to say, I'm just a former truck salesman.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Two Lexus LS 430 saloons. LS obviously standing for luxury saloon. 4.3 litre V8s. A model that Lexus had a great amount of success with, competing against the Mercedes S-Class. Did you like those?
Yeah. Well, it was hard not to like a Mercedes.
Yeah. And lastly, in that period, and even though you had two of these, a white Jaguar XK120 Roadster, a white one. How did you find? I mean, they're one of the most uncomfortable cars to get into, I think.
An XK120.
XK120.
Yeah, but the comfort didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was performance.
Just like the Go.
Yeah.
The 120 standing for 120 miles an hour, of course.
I had two of those.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Two at once. I don't know why.
Well, you know, I said, as I said, the number suggests 120 miles an hour. They were showing it in the 1948 Earl's Court Motor Show.
Well, then I had a 140.
I had 140 and a 150 as well.
A 152, yeah.
But I find that getting into an XK120, you've got to drive with your legs right apart to get your feet up on the pedal.
Well, nothing like being ready.
It's not the best driving position, especially for a lady. The car was based on a Mark V platform. I mean, it was cobbled together very quickly, and the car took off. You might remember that Clark Gable bought chassis number 3.
Yeah, that's right.
And it took off in the US market like a rocket. Yeah. And you owned this car around 2001, and it was you had a light alloy one too as well, which they only made something like 230 of the light alloy cars.
Yes.
Yeah. Then, of course, if I look at November 2001, Goodman's auctioned a lot of your cars, and you got rid of quite a few, 17 cars in total. The XK120 light alloy obviously brought the biggest money on the day, but you had some interesting cars. One that I think people who are here would be interested in, a 1950 Fiat 500c Topolino Cabriolet.
Oh, that was a lovely little Fiat. Yeah, that was a lovely little thing.
Yeah. A neighbour of mine had one back then when I was growing up. I thought it was, 569cc four-cylinder beautiful water-cooled engine.
Beautiful little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must have been tight in the cabin for you, though. Must have been.
Oh, well.
Yeah. A 1991 Land Cruiser Sahara VX four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one actually that had the individual bonnet mascot.
Yeah, but that was when I had the country place.
Right.
I needed the four-wheel drive, so.
Yeah. I mean the Hunter Valley.
Yeah.
A 1954 Volkswagen Cabriolet by Carver.
You sold it mad.
That was a very original.
Mad. Sold it.
Original colours.
Yeah, it was a lovely little thing.
Yeah. And a Volkswagen, two interesting cars. A 1951 Morris Minor Utility and a 65 Morris Minor Traveller, the one with the two-door woody wagon. You know, two little Morris Minors that you had.
I just loved those Morris Minors. I just thought they were the cutest little car.
Sweet to drive.
Yeah, terrible. But the one I had was had the wooden sides on it. You know, it was, what was it called? A Woody.
Yeah, Woody wagon.
Yeah.
Traveller. And then two very nice convertibles. I guess we'd like these. 64 Mercedes-Benz 220 SE in white, in manual, a rear manual. It had been fitted with a new engine in 1994, so it had been used a little. And a 63 Bentley S2 Continental by Park Ward. Bentley Continental S2.
Yeah.
Drop top. First owned by Charles Lloyd Jones.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pretty
car.
I can't remember what happened to that.
Yeah. You probably traded them on one of your other cars of some sort. A Bentley, now a car that I think that you probably really coveted, so I remember you talking about it a long time ago. A Bentley Mark 6 convertible by Park Ward.
Oh yeah.
4.5 litre with manual gear shift.
Yep.
Finished in burgundy with cream side panels and a red power top. It was a pretty car, I remember it.
Oh, lovely car.
Yeah.
Hey people, is this boring?
They all love cars, John. They all love cars. This is music to their ears.
No, I don't want to bore you, though.
And that car was shown at the 1951 Earl's Court Motor Show, so it had quite a history. But then a car that I really covered, a 64 Bentley Continental S3 Flying Spur. That's a nice car.
I think I've still got that.
You still got that, Andrew? No? Andrew said, a four-door sports saloon by Mulliner Park Ward. They're beautiful.
Oh yeah, that was, yeah, I've still got that.
6.2 litre V8 in a very pretty body. The last Rolls Royce made with a separate chassis. Quite a beautiful car to drive.
Lovely.
Yeah. Then something not so exotic, an 82 Rolls Royce Corniche convertible by Mulliner Park Ward.
I've still got that.
Still got that. And a potent 92 Bentley Turbo R. Now they had plenty to go.
I've still got that. I think that Rolls Royce don't make a convertible anymore. I don't think.
Yeah.
So that's why I hung on to that one. It's a beautiful car. It's a lovely car.
Yeah. 0 to 106.5 seconds. It's a pretty heavy car to do that. And then two very nice Jaguar Roadsters that you alluded to before. 1958 Jaguar XK150S.
Yep.
Triple carburetor car. And an early series flat floor Jaguar E-Types, 1960.
Yeah. I wish you wouldn't remind me of the cars I should never have sold.
Did you like driving the E-Type?
Yeah. Yes, I did like driving the E-Type, but I liked the earlier ones better. I liked the XK120,
Yeah.
and I loved the XK150.
Yeah.
That was quite a car.
Something a little more sedate, not one. The last couple of cars you sold at Goodman's, a 1967 Mercedes-Benz Grosser Saloon.
Yeah. The big one.
Yeah. One of the largest saloon cars of the period, 6.3 litre V12.
That's right.
How do you rate that car with a Rolls Royce, say a Phantom 3 or a
It was a different thing because it was about as long as this room.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big vehicle,
Yeah.
but it was good. It was a Mercedes.
It seemed like you had two of them at the same time.
I did.
As you do.
What?
As you do. What would have made you bought two of the same?
Well, I don't know how that happened. I don't want to go into it. I think alcohol might have had something to do with it.
So since that auction in 2001, you've enjoyed the following cars in the last 20 odd years. an Aston Martin DB9 6-litre alloy V12 Volante Coupe. An Aston Martin a favourite?
Oh, well, it's hard not to like an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
It's a great motor, great motor.
Yeah, yeah. Particularly the V12 engine.
Oh, yeah.
A Rolls-Royce 6.75 litre V12 Phantom Saloon.
Yeah.
A diminutive but highly potent Fiat Abarth 695 Competizione.
I love that. Little Fiat, Abarth. Whoa. It was a little firecracker. That, oh. Yeah, I like that.
1.4 litre turbo, top speed of 225 k's. I mean, did you ever explore that? Did you ever get
Ever explore what?
as top speed?
Probably. I might have been breaking the law, and you know, I don't break the law much.
Another V12 Rolls-Royce Phantom, so you had two of those, and a Ferrari California.
Yeah, that was a nice thing. And the Ferrari California, and I have no idea why I sold it.
Did you keep it for long?
Not very long at all. You remember how long did I have that? 6 months?
6 months.
Anyway, I shouldn't have sold it.
Yeah.
But you make mistakes. Well, I do.
Now, John would be embarrassed when I bring this up, but to finish off, the current Lord's fleet. A Rolls-Royce V12 Phantom drop-head convertible, a twin-turbo 6.75 litre V8 Bentley Mulsanne saloon, a 6-litre W12 Bentley Continental GT Coupe, a 6-litre V12 Mercedes-Benz S-Class Maybach S650 saloon. And I wanted to ask you, how does that car, which you came in tonight, how does that car compare with a Rolls-Royce Phantom?
I like it better.
Do you?
Yeah. Rolls-Royce has got Rolls-Royce has got the Imperator of Rolls-Royce. But the Maybach is a powerful sounding, powerful looking motor car.
Yes.
It's a piece of art. I love the Maybach.
It certainly looked beautiful when you drove in with your 123 number plate, which is quite tricky.
Yeah.
A 5-litre V8 hybrid Lexus LS600H saloon. Now, this is your only hybrid in a sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you like driving a hybrid?
It's Jodie's. It's my secretary's. Oh, I gave that to her.
Do you like driving it, Jay? What are your thoughts, John? Nothing electric at this stage. What are your thoughts on electric cars? Do you think you'll go down the electric car route?
Well, I think it might be inevitable, depending on fuel. And you know, the countries that have got the fuel, if they turn nasty, we'd have to turn electric. So I think it'll always be there, bubbling around under the surface.
Yeah. Be interesting to see, you know, if you get cornered into buying an electric car, I should say, in the next little while. See, I mean, you'd be quite impressed with the performance. I mean,
oh yeah,
the acceleration is quite exhilarating.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess
you know why the acceleration's good with those electric cars, because it's like turning on a light switch. As soon as you turn on a light switch, you got full power.
Yeah.
And that's what it is with those electric cars. There's no need for a quiet build-up.
Yeah.
You just, it's there.
Maximum torque at rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just listening to this amazing list, I know you're very private about your cars, and so I'm so appreciative of you sitting here tonight and talking about them, because I know you're not easy about looking like you're boasting, but your collection has been quite impressive over many years. And many of us in the room here tonight are obviously rather envious of some of the cars you've owned. You certainly enjoyed and still obviously enjoy some of the world's most exciting cars. few motorists can really match 70 years of motoring pleasure like you have. In light of this, John, I'd like to say that I spoke to our club board this morning here, and I'm very happy to announce here tonight that they've agreed to make you an honorary member of the Royal Automobile Club of Australia for your services to motoring.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Very deserved, and we really appreciate you spending the time with us. Now, finally, Warren Brown is with us tonight, and he'll be our featured guest on the 22nd of March, and I hope you'll all come back and enjoy that night, because he's got a great tale to tell. His great odyssey that he's doing, 26,000 k's from London to Melbourne in a 1925 beam. However, Warren really recently joined the RAC. He's a very keen motorist, and he's got a Dennis fire engine, an early Land Rover. He's quite a car buff. So he'd like to say several words to just cap off the night.
Yeah, good.
Thanks very much, David. Could you put your hands together? That was fantastic. Thank you, David. That was wonderful. And John, that was just superb. I'm actually a cartoonist by trade, and for the Daily Telegraph, and it's been a real buzz for me tonight, because for the first time I've been able to meet John. This is my 40th year as a cartoonist on the Daily Telegraph this month. It's been a long time, and but in that time, my paths have crossed with John, but I've never actually met him. I'll tell you just a couple of tiny little stories before I just present John with this. When I was a kid, Skippy was the big show that I loved, and I was about 5 or 6, I think. And one of my favourite episodes was an episode in which John appeared and did a fabulous acting. Like, you could have been a wonderful actor, but John appeared in Skippy as a sort of dodgy property developer, I guess, who was sort of, 9 feet tall.
They're all dodgy.
They're all dodgy. He was about 9 feet tall and, and about 7 inches wide, and he had wraparound sunglasses and jet black hair, and he turned up in, I think it was a red convertible Ford Galaxy, I think, or something like that. It was a big American car, and it was a great performance, and it always stuck in my mind, and I always had this vision of John from then on, following his career as I was growing up, and then later on I became a cartoonist for the Telegraph, and on quite a few occasions had to draw something about John. And one time when John was doing a sort of John Farnham, Dame Nellie Melba trick and was retiring, and the Golden Tonsils were retiring, and I drew a cartoon which had this golden microphone, and next to the golden microphone was a glass of water with golden false teeth in it, and he was retiring. And I happened to be in a queue at the RTA, as it was then in Surrey Hills, renewing my rego, and my phone rang, and it was John's producer saying, "Oh, John loved the cartoon today. He wants to know if you could talk about it." So I'm going, "Yeah, well, I'm actually in the RTA getting my rego." "Oh, doesn't matter. Well, hang on." So John gets on, and he was laughing about the cartoon, and I'm standing there trying to speak clearly and loudly in the queue in the RTA. People are turning around looking at me, and John says, "But he says, the false teeth in the glass," he says, "I have my own teeth." And I said to him, "Come on, John, you're not talking to your old mum now." The place erupted. But John, look, this is how I just wanted to present you with this. This is how I remember you, John, when from the Skippy episode. So I've got you there with the golden headphones, the golden microphone, and a few smashing of cars at the base there. I think we've got a Bentley Turbo R, a Bentley Drophead Cooper Rolls, a Willys Jeep, and an XK120. Thank you, John, for everything you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Wonderful, Warren.
Warren, that's very special. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the official part of the evening. Please find a coffee over at that side of the room, if you wish, tea or coffee, and continue chatting. But it's wonderful to have had John here with us tonight, and I wish we could do it again. But thanks so much, John. Very much appreciated.
You can do it every time you like.
Now, I'll get switch on to draw some lucky door prizes. We've got 6 5-litre containers of oil, and we've also got some Royal World Club chocolate here. So,
The number is C19. C19.
C19.